Hi everyone, I am Dr.S.VANITHA, Assistant Professor of Zoology, PG at Research Department of Zoology, A.D.M.COLLEGE for Women Autonomous, NAGAPATTINam. Today discuss about immunology. First one is what is immunology? Immunology deals with the physiological functioning of the immune system in state of both health and diseases, as well as malfunction of the immune system in immunological disorders such as allergies, hypersensitivity, immune deficiency, transplant rejection, and autoimmune disorders. Then immunology deals with the physical, chemical, and physiological characteristics of the component of the immune system, in vitro, in situ, and in vivo. Immunology has a vast array of uses in several disciplines of science and medical science. Then immunology is the branches of biology and medicine. The term was coined by Russian biologist Ilya Ilyich Makhnikov, who advanced studies on immunology and received the Nobel Prize for his work in 1908 with Paul Ehrlich in recognition of their work on immunity, study of immune system in all organisms. Then scope of immunology. Studying different aspects of the immune system has important implications for developing new biological therapies such as monoclonal antibodies, research techniques like immunoassays, treating and diagnosing autoimmune and infectious diseases, preventing organ transplantation, rejection, and vaccine development. These are the scope of immunology. Then immunity. In medicine, the immune system's way of protecting the body against an infectious diseases. There are three types of immunity: innate immunity, adaptive immunity, and passive immunity. Innate immunity includes barriers such as skin and mucous membrane that keeps harmful substances from entering the body. It is the first response of the body's immune system to foreign substances. Adaptive immunity occurs in response to being infected with or vaccinated against a microorganism. The body makes an immune response which can prevent future infection with the microorganisms. Adaptive immunity can last a person's entire life. Passive immunity occurs when a person receives the antibodies to a disease rather than making them through his or her own immune system. Passive immunity provides immediate protection but only lasts a few weeks or few months. Types of immunity. Immunity is the set of mechanism and physiological response of the body that is unable to recognize and defend itself against pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites, as well as foreign and harmful substances. This immune response involves a highly coordinated network of immune system, then immune system cells, antibodies and proteins one. Innate immunity. This is the body first line of defense and is present from birth. It includes physical barriers such as the skin and mucous membrane, as well as specialized cells such as macrophages, natural killer cells, and neutrophils, which act rapidly to eliminate invading pathogens. Then adaptive immunity. It is developed throughout life and is highly specific and particular pathogens. It is subdivided into two main categories. First one is humoral immunity, and then second one is cell-mediated immunity. First, humoral immunity involves the production of antibodies by B cells. B cells is beta lymphocytes. Then B lymphocytes that circulate in the blood and body fluids and are essential for a neutralizing pathogens and toxins. Cell-mediated immunity involves the action of T cells, T lymphocytes that detect and destroy cells infected by intracellular pathogens such as viruses and some bacteria. Then, on the other hand, active immunity. It is when immune system produces antibodies in response to exposure to a pathogen or after receiving a vaccine. It provides a long-lasting immunological memory. Then passive immunity, on the other hand, is obtained by transferring preformed antibodies, usually from external sources such as the mother through breast milk or through monoclonal antibody treatments, etc. Then these different type of immunity work together to provide an effective defense against a variety of infectious threats and foreign substances, thus helping to maintain the health and well-being of the body. Then characteristics are difference of innate and adaptive immunity. First, innate immunity and adaptive immunity. Innate immunity is immune power is natural immunity. Then adaptive immunity, artificial immunity. Then antigen is independent. Innate immunity is present antigen independent. Otherwise, adaptive immunity is antigen dependent. No time loss and a loss period. Then innate immunity not antigen specific. Then adaptive immunity, it include antigen specific. Then no immunological memory in innate immunity. And then development of memory in adaptive immunity. Next, characteristics and difference of active and passive immunity. The active immunity, participation of host immune system. Then passive immunity is no participation, long-lived, and passive immunity is short-lived. Memory is present in the active immunity, no memory in passive immunity. Titer is time dependent in active immunity, then immediately high titer in passive immunity. This is the flow chart of types of active and passive immunity. First one is active immunity and passive immunity. Active immunity further classified into natural immunity and artificial immunity. Natural immunity, example for infection. Then artificial immunity, example for the vaccination. Then passive immunity, same the further divided into artificial immunity and natural immunity. Artificial immunity, example for the hyperimmune serum. Then natural immunity, example for the maternal antibody. Then part of the immune system. There are the main part of the immune system present in the immune system. First one is spleen, then thymus, then antibodies, then bone marrow, white blood cells, lymphatic system, then complement system. First, lymphoid organ is divided into two lymphoid organs. First one is primary lymphoid organ, then second one is secondary lymphoid organ. First, primary lymphoid organ. These organs include the bone marrow and the thymus. This is two organs, this primary lymphoid organ. They make special immune system cells. They make special immune system cells called lymphocytes. Secondary lymphoid organ. These organs include the lymph node and spleen, and the tonsils and certain tissue in various mucous membrane layer in the body. Mucous membrane layer in the body. Then secondary lymphoid organ. These organ include the lymph node, the spleen and the tonsils and certain tissue in various mucous membrane layer in the body. For instance, in the bowel. It is in this organ where the cells of the immune system do their actual job of fighting off germs and foreign substances. The main role of the lymphatic system included managing the fluid vessels, fluid level in the body, then reacting of bacteria, then dealing with the cancer cells, then dealing with the cell product that otherwise would result in diseases or disorders. Then absorbing some of the fat in our diet from the industry. Then collect and remove the extra industrial fluid and returns into the bloodstream for recirculation. This maintains the fluid level in the body. Hence, it is also called the drainage system of vertebrates. Then, it plays a major role in humoral and cell-mediated immunity. It proliferates, differentiates, stores and circulates the lymphocytes. Lymph node are the sites where antigens are presented in with lymphocytes for activation of immune response and production of functional antibodies. Lymphatic also transport fatty acids and fats. Helps in the transpiration of debris, waste and abnormal cells. Then lymphoid tissue or lymphoid organs. It comprises organs and specialized tissue that produce and maintains lymphocytes and are collect lymph and connect it to the bloodstream. The lymphoid organ system can be categorized into primary and secondary lymphoid organs. First one is thymus. It is the primary lymphoid organ where T lymphocytes are matured and undergo the process of positive and negative selection. It is located in the throat in front of the heart, just behind the sternum in the anterior portion of the median sternum. Then the thymus is functional and distinctly visible up to the early teen age and gradually regenerates and is finally replaced by fat. Hence, it is not found in an adult humans. Structurally, it is bilobed organ, about 4 to 6 centimeter by 2.5 to 5 centimeter by 1 centimeter in dimension, having a mass of about 50 grams. Each lobe is made up of 2 regions, the outer cortex and the inner medulla. The cortex is made of immature T cells. It is called as thymocytes, supported by epithelial cells, blood cells, blood vessels and other leukocytes. The medulla is mainly made up of epithelial cells in the form of caseous corpuscles. Then in the cortex, thymocytes mature into T cells and undergo a selection process to eliminate the T cells that can target the body own components. The selected T cells are passed to the medulla where they undergo further maturation and differentiation. Next one, bone marrow. Bone marrow is a special semi-solid tissue mass composed primarily of hemobiotic stem cells, adipose tissue, and stromal cells that is present inside the bone in the cancellous section. The red bone marrow is a primary organ of a lymphoid system whose main function is produce V lymphocytes. Then fetal liver. In the fetus stage, the liver cells produce lymphocytes. Hence, the fetus liver is a primary organ of the fetal lymphatic system. However, the liver of infants and adults does not produce any lymphocytes. It includes lymphoid organs where the lymphocytes undergo further maturation and contact the bloodstream with the lymph. This is the diagram of bone marrow. Then spleen. The spleen is the blood filter of vertebrates found at the back of the stomach in the abdominal cavity below the diaphragm. It is a large organ or about 13 cm by 8 cm by 3 cm in dimension and weight about 200 grams. This is the spleen of structure of spleen. Then lymph nodes. Lymph nodes are encapsulated small kidney-shaped mass of the lymphatic tissue distributed throughout the body along the network of lymphatic vessels, which filters the lymph and storage lymphocytes. They are numerous, more than 600 in an adult human. Then small node of the varied size ranging from 2 to 25 mm in length. They are prevalent in the armpit called the axillary lymph node. Groins, it is called the inguinal lymph nodes. Then neck called the cervical lymph nodes, and knees called the popliteal lymph nodes. Then automatically the lymph node is divided into two regions, the inner medulla and the outer cortex, externally covered by a fibrous capsule. Each lymph node is connected with multiple afferent lymphatic vessels in its convex side from where lymph enters the node. On the concave side, there is an efferent lymphatic vessels from where filter the lymph leaves the node. This is the lymph node. Then lymphatic vessels. Lymphatic vessels, also called lymph vessels or lymphatae, are the closed thin-walled tubes that form a network of ducts interconnecting the lymphoid organ through which lymph circulates. Structurally, they can be classified as smaller lymph capillaries where the interstitial fluid, this is the lymph, enter the vessels, and large collecting lymph vessels formed by converging of several lymph capillaries which circulate the lymph. Then lymph vessels are one-way vessels that collect and transport lymph from body tissue to the heart. There are the several lymphatic mini valves that check the backflow of lymph and maintain the unidirectional flow of lymph. This is the lymphatic vessels. This diagram is a lymphatic vessel, lymphatic circulation. Then lymphatic system. The tissue and organ, they help the body fighting infection and diseases. The lymphatic system include the lymph node, lymph vessels, then thin tubes and carry lymph and white blood cells. Bone marrow, spleen, thymus, tonsils, and adenoids and lymph tissue in the small intestine and other part of the body. The lymphatic system is an important part of the body's of immune system. It also plays an important role in maintaining healthy fluid level in the body, removing cellular debris and harmful substances from the tissues, and helping the body absorption certain fat and other molecules. It is also called the lymph system. Then B cells and T cells. There are two main type of lymphocytes. First one is B cells and T cells. The B cells produce the antibodies that are used to attack invading bacteria, viruses and toxins. The T cell destroyed the body's own cells that have themselves have been taken over by viruses or become cancerous. Then these cells are a type of white blood cells that makes infection fighting protein called antibodies. These cells are an important part of your immune system. Your body defends against harmful pathogens such as viruses, bacteria and parasites that enter your body. Then what are the different type of B cells? There are two main types of B cells. They are plasma cells and memory cells. Both type of help protect you from infection and diseases. First one is plasma cells. Plasma cells release the antibodies in response to antigens. Once a B cell becomes a mature plasma cell, it can release up to 2000 antibodies per second. Plasma cells are also called plasmacytes or effector cells. They have a shorter lifespan than memory cells. Then memory cells. Memory cells remember particular antigen. So, if they appear in your body in the future, your immune system can mount a defense quickly. While plasma cells fight bodily invaders by producing antibodies, memory cells help your immune system fight in the future. For example, most vaccines work because they expose your immune system to antigen that your memory cells remember. If an invader appears, your body can mount an attack quickly. Then natural killer cells. It is also called the NK cells. This is the important one. Lymphocyte structure. Lymphocytes are small round cells found in lymphoid organ, peripheral blood, lymph and many other tissue. An average human body contains about 1000 to 4800 lymphocytes in 1 microliter of blood. Lymphocytes have antigen recognition mechanisms on the surface, enabling each cell to recognize only one antigen. The reaction often immunocompetent cells is also specific antigen is based on the initiation of the immune response. The nature of immune response depends on whether the lymphocytes is a B or T cells. Stimulate the T cells produce certain activation product, lymphokinase, and induce cell-mediated immunity, while stimulate B cells divide and transform into plasma cells, which synthesize immunoglobulins. Thank you.